Heaves Barnside Chat. We take your questions from the magic rainbow bag. Love lives here, so join us today for Heaves Barnside Chat. Small, all for love and love for all. Welcome to Heaves Barnside Chat. We take your questions from the magic rainbow bag. Love lives here, so join us today for Heaves Barnside Chat. Our mission is to inspire kindness and compassion for farmed animals everywhere. You can help us take action by volunteering or through donations, or visit our store and check out our website to learn more. Welcome to Heaves Barnside Chat. We take your questions from the magic rainbow bag. Love lives here, so join us today for Heaves Barnside Chat. Happily ever after Farm Sanctuary.
Hello and welcome to Heaves Barnside Chat. Let us know if you can hear us okay. Lots of folks are already tuning in the comments. We got Ray here, co-host. He's ready to go. He's having an exciting day. What is he up to today?
He's waiting to get weighed.
Yeah, and he knows. Yeah. It's on our list for this afternoon to weigh pretty much all of the pigs.
Yeah.
And he's first up. He's just very smart like that. So let us know where you are tuning in from. We are live here in Sheffield, Ontario, Canada. If you Google us, there's a bunch of different variations of that, which we'll get into. Somebody asked that for the Magic Rainbow Bag, so we will get into that after. If you have any questions of the Magic Rainbow Bag, let us know in the comments, and we will be answering them next week. We have Long Island, New York, Maggie, Delaware, Kathy. Oh my goodness, Northern California, Mary. Helen's from Montreal. Ray is from Sheffield. Minnesota, Deb. That is so exciting. Folks from all over the place are tuning in here live. We're going to introduce ourselves if you haven't been here yet.
Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Andrea, and we work here with Ray.
Okay, this is Ray. He's the most important part of the program.
An employee. I don't think we've had an episode where he hasn't just been here.
Yeah, it'd be weird. I think anytime we're in this hallway, he's always got to be involved.
I wasn't even talking to myself like I normally do, but I was setting up the mic or the stand and all this, and he heard me and started coming out. So he just knows. He knows it's Monday. He knows the program's all about him. Ricky's showing up.
It's in his calendar every week, so he's always here on time.
It's like Apple Watch things. I don't know why he'd have an Apple Watch, but I feel like he would. There he is. All right, we'll get into today's program.
Just so distracted by him. I just every time
just always look at
just like, what is he doing?
And then across the opposite way of the hall is Obama, and that's just a whole other story. Absolutely fascinating. So, what's he doing with his foot? Anyways, we have some resident updates on today's program. We're going to get into Project Pouty details. If you weren't aware of some of the details on that project. Photos of the week, Magic Rainbow Bag, like usual. We have lots of rain here, says Maggie. We have lots of rain too. We're going to get into that in the weather report. So for Project Pouty, if you weren't aware, we have a Heath's Herd Healing Fund to help him integrate safely with the new boys, Alfalfa and Pepper, who will be meeting very soon. And if you donate toward this project, any amount, the current fundraiser, head over to happilyeverafter.ca. If you donate, you will be the first to see Pouty meet Pepper and Alfalfa. You will not want to miss that. They haven't met each other yet, but that will be happening soon, and you'll be the first to see. It's very exciting.
I'm so excited for it.
Yeah.
I've just been counting down the days.
We've been thinking about it every day, what that would look like. And we have some questions about that. We got into it a bit more in detail with their backstory on the last Bear Care Corner last week. So if you wanted to check that out, me and Nicole answered a lot of questions specifically related to them and their backstory and all the details, because there's just so much to go over. It's all brand new information for all of us. You can help by heading over to our website, and the link is also in the comments. So today is a special non-match Monday. We are looking to raise $2,600, pound for pound, of how much Denver weighed in pounds. $1 for every pound of this gentle giant. So just a little bump, a little push for our fundraiser for today. We're looking to raise that amount by the end of the day, just to add into that total for the fundraiser, which is shelter. It's small. Is he banging on the gate?
We haven't talked about Ray enough in the past 30 seconds.
No,
So
we've got distracted. So the fundraisers for shelter, fencing for more pasture, because a lot of changes have happened, and we have 2 new boys, and cows require a ton of space and a ton of resources, and that is one of the Magic Rainbow Bag questions. Again, so we'll get into that a little bit if you stick around, because we also want to give you some resident updates. Thank you, Gail, for donating. That is
that is
wonderful. Thanks for everyone who has donated. Super helpful, going directly toward the residents. So that's our update for Project Pouty. You can check out our website, donate. We want to get to that $2,600 today by the end of the day if you're able to. Gail's the best. We're going to do some resident updates featuring Ray.
Always.
He's just
waiting. This is Ray.
Where's everyone else?
There was like 2 other people inside. I think everyone else was out in the pasture.
I think he should just be loose in the barn. Let us know if you agree in the comments. All right, we have a Winifred update. Again, this was a Magic Rainbow Bag. Actually, I'm going to pull that up first. Where did it go? Do I have it? Okay, this one. I'm going to do this in advance because somebody was asking which one of the babies is limping. This was on a video of them coming for one of their meals, and it was obvious that one of them was sore, and that's Winifred. So what is happening with Winifred, Chris?
Yeah, so she's been lame on her front left. Right? Left? Oh, no. One of those. Left, I think. Was Hercules right? Hercules was right when he was left?
That's left. I have
should
to
know
look
this.
at them.
It's like, just been dealing with this one.
There's so many legs that we deal with here.
I was like, which one? Like her and Hercules.
Who's getting popular hair? Who's having lame?
I believe it's her left. I believe
that's looking like left on there, but
so embarrassing. Anyways,
we have
Winifred,
over 60 residents. It's
she's
fine.
been lame on her front left.
Yes.
We have been treating that. As you can see in the heat gun here, you can see her entire leg is really
that's really telling.
Heated up. There's definitely some swelling going on there. We are working on getting her x-rays. We've been in contact with our vet to sort that out.
Hopefully get her in this week.
Yeah, hopefully by the end of the week, we will be able to probably transport her in and get x-rays is what it's looking like.
What we're going to end up doing.
Yeah, she has improved since she initially started limping. But, we've kind of got to this place where, other actions may be needed. But she's doing okay. But
she was one of the first to go to pasture this morning. But because it's been, a few weeks now.
About 3.5 weeks.
Because when we first discovered it was a bruise. And we were like, okay, bruise on the bottom of the foot. It's going to take a little while to heal. We were waiting for it to heal. In the meantime, having pain meds. But it has not improved how we expected with a bruised foot. Bruised foot should maybe be a few weeks. So now we're thinking there might be something more going on there when the heat gun is telling you, like with Chris mentioned, the red area there on the front left is inflammation, heat, and that's could be a sign of something going on in the foot, leg. We're not really sure.
Right, yeah. Our vet does think it's something bone related. So, hence the X-rays is why we're doing that.
Yeah,
first.
imaging will tell us a lot. Yeah,
we'll keep you up. Hopefully, we'll have a better update next week for her. And she'll be on the mend. We're
expecting a call. I have the phone on me. A call hopefully today. If not, I'm going to call them in a few hours just to see where we're at with getting her back in. Ray's due for his recheck, so I also want to chat with him about that because he had his dental stuff done a few weeks ago. Getting him back with the herd, and this is another Magic Rainbow Bag. We'll get into that. It was a bit tricky. So I'm not. I'm trying to see what the benefit, kind of weighing that of bringing him back in for his recheck, but then he has to be reintegrated again back into his herd. So
and it's always tough because everyone picks on Ray. He's just a sensitive guy. So.
Yeah, He's definitely the bottom of the hierarchy.
Yeah, it's tough when he's separated because everyone kind of wants to make sure he's staying at the bottom, and he's just trying to do his own thing.
He doesn't care.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not fighting to get moving up in the hierarchy. He has no interest
he kind
in
of
that.
gave up on that. I think he did start off higher when I remember when we were first integrating that group of Farmax pigs with everyone else. He was really involved with the fighting and thought he could take down Dan. I remember that moment. I remember that because they were living side by side, not directly on the fence, but they could see each other because there was that like center hallway kind of area. And I remember him looking at Dan. I'm like, right, I know what you're thinking right now. And he did make an attempt. And I think after that, he learned that it's probably not his,
Yeah, he's not a fighter.
No.
So he kind of learned that's not his specialty. So
It's a specialty.
now he just hangs out with us and co-hosts Barnside and
eats hay. He's going back to eating his hay, one of his favorite pastimes. Pouty Face update. A lot of folks are asking about how he's doing after Denver has passed. So he's been getting a lot of extra attention.
Yeah, he's been getting extra attention from all the caregivers and the volunteers, and he's been loving it. Also, his coat is coming out now, so he's really loving us brushing him.
Got lots of brushes.
He's been getting lots of attention, and he's been loving it.
Yeah.
And, just patiently waiting for his new family.
Yep. Very soon. So again, you won't want to miss that if you are a donor to this current fundraiser, which is still happening. You will be the first to see each other, which is going to be absolutely amazing. I'm like, have you seen any other cows for a long time? So other than his original group, I don't know if he's seen, maybe he poked out the trailer when we were moving.
Yeah.
I don't know if we passed any cows on the way here, but
he must be able to hear them, though.
I'm wondering.
Because they do moo when we're bringing them hay.
They do love their hay.
So I'm sure he's heard them.
That'd be interesting. There are cows near us, not that close because our property's huge, but we do hear sometimes. I don't know where they're located, so you might hear them as well. I'm not sure. It's going to be very exciting. All right, we're going to get into the weather report. This is what we're looking at for this week. Get your umbrellas ready. Bit of rain. So the next few days are rain, which is quite needed, I feel like. We didn't quite have a lot of rain.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't want to deal with it, but,
We kind of work more inside now at this new property because we have so much. Like these barns are all connected. We're not going from barn to barn to barn. It's just like this one giant barn into an arena.
Yeah, we spent a lot more time outside at the old place. And now it's really just
to feed
the cows and the equine.
Yeah.
It's the only time we're really kind of
popping out
heading
to
out that way.
do their mads.
Everyone else is centrally located, so which makes it easy to kind of do our rounds and keep an eye on everybody.
Yeah, it's really, very condensed. As we grow into the property, that will change, but we do have some rain coming up, which is good. It'll help the grass grow. There are certain areas we're still waiting on before we get the residents back out. So just a little. Oh wow, what's happening here? Which way? Rain's happening. Get your rain gear ready. Just a visualization of the weather we're gonna get. I don't think it's gonna be that heavy. It's just a little sprinkling. We've had some like pretty intense winds.
Yeah, the past couple of days I feel like it's been pretty windy.
The power flickered earlier during a windstorm. Lots of nice things are blooming. Not necessarily on this property, but I've seen it out in the world.
In the world, yeah, not so much here yet.
Trilliums are up. The trout lilies and the trilliums are at the front gates. So it's really nice to pass them coming in and out. Whoa! Hopefully that's not too loud. I didn't touch anything on that one. First out. And there's birds.
Yeah.
Get your kayaks out. It's spring.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think we have any magnolia trees here, but the magnolias are starting to come out, which is very pretty.
We should get some.
We should get some. I would love that.
I've driven around. I don't know where I was, and I did see one the other day in Cambridge or something.
There's tons of them in Guelph. Tons of magnolia trees. In case anyone was wondering.
There you go. Nature. We're surrounded by
it's awesome.
We love it. There's Fiona coming out next to be weighed. We're going to get into the magic rainbow bag next. Great weather to be a duck. Absolutely. We are working to get the ducks outside.
Yeah. And Norris was enjoying her little indoor pond.
I was waiting for her. I filled it and she was sitting there and like didn't come over. And I was like, you're going to go in when I leave because I want to get a video of her.
Yeah. I didn't have the caregiver phone on me. I walked past and she was in there and she was splashing herself and having a great time. I was like, I don't have anything to record this with.
Because she's having solo time right now. It's just nice that she gets that time alone. Norris is the duck. But yeah, I think they're going to be very excited to get outside. And we're working on that on their little area. So first question up in the magic rainbow bag. Sorry. Oh, here it is. This could be an hour-long episode answering this. So the short answer is absolutely.
Yes, they do. Sometimes it's more structured than others. But yes, there's always someone at the top, someone at the bottom.
It plays out on a daily basis, a lot around bedtime and eating.
Yeah.
That's like kind of the main thing. It's not easy to integrate a pig, so there's a lot of steps we need to take and a lot of safety things, and having them live side by side if there's a new pig, or even one that's been separated from the herd and has to return because their position could have been bumped, and that's pretty common, and they have to reintegrate. It's pretty dramatic.
Unfortunately, yes, it is very dramatic.
Even between like Malcolm's herd, I'm just thinking who's out there, and Sammy's herd being side by side now.
Yeah, they were fighting a little bit yesterday.
Malcolm's trying to start fights.
Yeah. I mean, luckily they listened kind of well enough that they kind of were able to separate themselves. You just kind of like called them and they just kind of followed you a little bit, which is nice that they're not too aggressive with each other, but definitely a lot of posturing.
It's mostly
chomping
posturing.
at the fences and stuff, and it's like, come on.
Yeah, they make themselves look big by doing a bit of a hunch, and then they get their hair at the back, and then they do this like, I don't know what's supposed to be threatening, kind of chomping. Yeah. They get all foamy at the mouth.
Fun. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It looks a bit silly, but they feel probably pretty cool while it's happening. Yeah. Malcolm's been spending a lot of time trying to get them riled up. He was trying to get Robert excited, like trying to fight him the other day, and Robert wasn't paying attention to him.
That's so sad.
So he was just like, I'm going to get you, and Robert's just standing there eating grass. So
yeah, well, Robbie was going at Braxton. Him and Braxton were running up and down the fences together, and then Sammy's like, what's happening? And then Braxton's like posturing to Sam. I'm like, Braxton, please don't.
No.
But it was pretty easy to just separate. He just kind of called them, and they listen well enough.
Keeps them busy, and it's not something we're too concerned with. They can't, the fencing's out there. They can't really
they're not gonna
grab at each other or
they're
anything,
not gonna injure each other,
or get through. But yeah, short answer is extremely strict hierarchy. Sometimes we're not fully aware of where everybody lies on that hierarchy. We have a general sense. It's Malcolm's herd, he's on the top. April's herd, she's on the top. Sammy's herd. And then the rest is, and we know Ray's pretty close to the bottom, but also Oksana's scared of Ray. So
yeah, I mean, April's herd and Sammy's herd, we could probably list the top down fairly closely. Mm-hmm. Malcolm's herd, I have no idea. It doesn't make sense to me.
And they have different little cliques, and we really noticed that when we did have almost one big giant herd, like when April's herd was with Malcolm's herd, and there was more pigs altogether in that group. We find that smaller groups do better because of all that. It's less stressful for them too, worrying about where their hierarchy is. But yeah, there can be little cliques where pigs are on top of each other or in the hierarchy, and then in the general hierarchy, like Malcolm's in the general hierarchy on top of everybody, and kind of also, what's his cliques? I don't know. Knoxley?
Yeah, I mean, you'll see him with Braxton or Teddy sometimes, or Knoxley. He kind of
sleeps with Ray sometimes.
He does. It
boggles our minds.
Yeah,
we don't know how that works. You have a plan for a BJ Escalade if either one were to pass? Something we think about all the time. I don't think we have a plan written down. These things are sometimes can be really hard to plan for. It really depend on the moment, and Diablo's hitting his punching bag.
Diablo's excited.
Yeah, I can't say we have an exact plan, but something we always have in mind for anything,
Especially, with any of those smaller herds where there is only a couple of residents together, it's always something we're thinking about.
Yeah, we wouldn't ever want anybody to be alone, so that's the biggest thing, because that's a quality of life thing. But yeah, it's a good question. Something we think about all day long. We did that one with Winifred, so she's hopefully getting a spot in to get imaged this week, in a few days, hopefully. They said, I think, Wednesday or Thursday. I don't remember. But didn't Pouty and Denver already have shelter fencing, et cetera, that they needed? Yes. Denver, in the last few years, have really slowed down with his mobility, so his needs for space were less. But with 2 new boys, 2 big boys, that's 3 cows total. Cows require a ton of resources and a ton of space, so it is a big project. Even their barn, 3 of them wouldn't fit in that barn. No, it was nice and cozy with the 2, with Pouty and Denver. But
Pouty and Denver filled the entire thing up by themselves. Yeah. So you wouldn't be able to get 3 in there. And the fencing here is not the greatest, but because Pouty and Denver are a little bit older, they're not as active that way.
They weren't testing it.
We weren't really concerned about that. Mm-hmm. Whereas the new cows coming in, they are very young. They're going to be a lot more playful, and they're probably going to push that fence a lot more and try and kind of find their boundaries. Yeah. So it just requires more than we currently have set up.
Yeah. Yeah, and expanding more space. They're going to eat down that pasture so quickly.
Yeah.
Just picture how quickly that's going to go.
They're young and they're big, so they'll definitely require more space.
So many calories. So that's the plan with this current fundraiser. If you're able to donate, head over to happilyeverester.ca, and also the link is in the comments. Thank you for everyone has donated so far. Can you get water troughs off the ground so they don't step in them? I think the height would be an issue because I think they would still try to get in and then more likely to hurt themselves.
For the pigs?
Oh, yeah. Sorry for
Yeah.
like this situation. Like that's for water.
Yeah, of course. We did have like boxes put around them to kind of prevent that. But for some of them, it just is too high and they can't get their head up and around it without kind of like jumping in. So then now the water is kind of inaccessible to them. So unfortunately, it's better to have it lower and, the odd time they jump in when we don't want them to. But at least they always have access to water that way.
That's true. Yeah, those water boxes did help because it was just... So we have a few things. We have auto waters, which is pretty much just a bowl. And then when they drink out of it, it refills. So that would help. They wouldn't be able to dive into that.
Well, they try, I'm sure.
Get like 1 foot in. Another thing is just providing them with bogs. The main reason this is happening is she doesn't have a space for a bog. Well, she's making one by splashing it all over the place. They'll still do it. Pigs are pigs. You can't really tell them what to do. You just have to kind of, do what we can. And we clean those all the time. So we would just dump that out and refill it. So I don't think it's a huge concern.
No, I mean, we used to have that in Sammy's herd right beside the bog. The bog was literally
That's true.
5 meters away from that, and they would still just jump in there.
Yep.
And there's no need for it. That's just what they want to do.
And you always assume they would prefer mud because just cool down, like mud would stick to them and stay on them versus water would evaporate really quickly, especially on a hot day. Yeah. Oh, do you have to separate?
I hope not.
Why is this?
Okay.
Why?
Being okay.
Why is this like the routine on Mondays now? So Hazel's going after Obama a little bit, but
she's being good.
Respecting boundaries.
She might be learning. She might not have to go visit Grandpa Diablo.
Yeah, Chris had to separate them a few weeks back. If you were on that episode, you might remember. How do you integrate cows?
Well, we'll start with them side by side. So that they can kind of see each other and kind of get any initial excitement down, and hopefully they don't try and attack each other or posture too much when they're side by side.
Because they have a bit of a hierarchy.
Yeah, they do.
The current hierarchy right now is alfalfa is a bit more dominant to pepper.
Right. I don't know what the plan is. If we're just going to do one by one,
that is
just let them over.
That is an option. Yeah, we could do that.
See how they do. I think Kevin probably has the plan set up. There'll probably be a bunch of.
Let us know.
There'll probably be a bunch of people standing by. Yes. I imagine.
Yes, we're ready we have these big panels that are movable, which we use sometimes for temporary fencing or hallways or different things. So we could use those to kind of cut the field in half and separate them. Like there's always ways to kind of manage what's happening because you can't pick them up and say, okay, don't fight. We have a rooster integration or something. So
I mean, even with the pigs, we can get in the middle of the pigs a little bit to separate them. Not ideal, but we have done that. But obviously with the cows, that's not something we're probably going to be doing. They're much bigger than us. I imagine we'll kind of play it by ear and we'll see how it goes. We might let one in first and then the other, or one and then we'll take them out and then put the other in just to make sure they're both okay.
Yeah, a few things like also our vet recommended making sure there's 2 feeders, so they each have their feeders accessible. So there's no food competition because that could lead to more fighting because cows don't really fight naturally. But if there's like a feeling of resource scarcity, that could amp up the fighting a little bit. Cows typically aren't aggressive.
We'll probably give them overfeed them.
Overfeed.
So
pick a cool day.
Yeah, in case they do decide to get a little not aggressive or energetic because they're just excited. Even if they're just excited to see each other and they're playing, we don't want them overheating.
Yeah, it can be dangerous. So keeping it safe for everyone. I think they're herd animals, so I think they'll at the end of the day that's what they'll all want.
I think we're all hopeful that it'll be easy. That they just want to be family. Yeah, so
it's a good question. Thank you, Brooke. Last one. So I was referring to before. I've seen 3 or 4 different addresses in the last 10 minutes. Original one near Cambridge, Sheffield, Flamborough. What is going on, please?
You could probably add Hamilton in there. Sometimes it'll come up as Hamilton. Sometimes Flamborough, Sheffield, Cambridge.
Yeah, I think we pay our taxes to Hamilton, but we're technically in Sheffield. But if you Google it, it comes up in the mailing address is Cambridge. So we're also confused.
If we check the weather app here, it'll say Flamborough.
Yes, that's true. That's probably where that comes up. So it depends on which device, which app you're using. It's a weird little area. remember having a call with somebody about, I don't know what it was, and they were really confused. So anyways, we're close to Valence Conservation. If you're looking to kind of ping us on a map to determine if you're going to come for a work day or how close we are for volunteering or visiting eventually. Oh, yeah, good question. I remember being confused about that as well.
Yeah, it's a weird spot.
I don't think there's like one good right answer.
Yeah, depending on where you look, depends on what it says.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I don't know what day it is. So thank you for your questions. Again, if you have any questions for the Magic Rainbow Bag, put them in the comments, or you can always email us at info@happiliferestor.ca, and we are going to answer them next time. Obama's being very cute.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's doing.
I don't know. He just does the best stuff. Yes. Okay, our second last segment, because I have some photos of the week. Oh my gosh, it's already 25 minutes. Okay, me and Chris have a lot to do. So we have a picture of Holly looking at her delicate little feathers. Maybe think about beautiful Heidi. So true. Heidi had very beautiful feathers, almost like stained glass. We had a work day on the weekend, so thanks for everyone who came out. And Andrea was there. So rewarding. It was an honor and great pleasure to have volunteered yesterday. Peaceful and calming. He says magical. Best part of meeting all the residents, staff, and other volunteers. I'm looking forward to the next work day. Thank you so much for coming out, spending time here, helping pick up poop, move rocks, do all the things.
Yeah, there was a huge group out. We got a lot done.
Yeah.
Which is always lovely to see.
It's so wonderful. There's so much to do. You get to join a group of like-minded folks. I'm listening to Nicole fawn over these boys and feel a bit like she's cheating on Obama. I guess everybody's picked up that Nicole's pretty obsessed with Obama, like we all are. But she's been texting me, like asking how he's doing. So
yeah, we might have to get like a live feed set up for just Obama.
So we can all just watch him at all times.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin has a drone. Can he just get a drone to just follow Obama around at all times, and we'll just broadcast it out so everyone can just
I would
be
watch
obsessed
that.
with him.
I'd be at work and watch that. Like we're looking at him now, and he's just. I never seen a sheep like that before. Raymond's honking. You too, buddy. Okay, she does look even more like a cloud at this angle. I do love Jeannie. She's a special lady. She's amazing.
Yeah, she's perfect.
She's our little cloud on Earth.
She definitely knows how to relax.
Yeah.
She'll play when she wants to. It's not very often, but she still will play. But usually when they get going, she's like, I'm out of here. I'm just going to go lay in the sun or lay on the hay. Yeah, she's perfect.
Just like suck on like a pile of straw. Sometimes she'll do that. She won't even eat it. Just sits there with it in her mouth. Oh, New Boys Pouty is going to have to share these guys with me. I'm already in love with them. True. We are obsessed. Very handsome boys. Spotties are the best looking good. Thank you, Angie, and everyone at Heath for taking such wonderful care of your residents. This is Diablo getting brushed. All the residents are pretty much done, except Pouty, I guess, with losing their winter undercoat. So lots of brushing around here the last few weeks.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
Pay-per-view Obama. How do we do that immediately?
Yeah, I don't know. Can you set that up on YouTube? Like put it under like a subscriber thing or something? I don't know.
I think we are able
to
do that on YouTube if we get a certain number of like views or something. Kevin's knows more about that, but if you head over to our YouTube and watch our videos, then maybe that could be an option eventually, because there are different things on there that we can't do here. Very exciting. I would also do that. Plus all of you, I'll be donating, so please see many love Pouty just as I do. Can't wait to meet new friends. Elfie and Pepper. Love lives in the biggest way at Heath's. So true. We have Pumpkin in her little tub. So many great animal residents who deserve much credit for the love and care they receive. So true. The staff works so hard to keep them comfortable and healthy and everything, all hours of the day. I could happily look at these two every morning and evening. Agreed. They're often together.
It's wonderful.
It's amazing. We do, and we recommend it, and we're going to work on that for everyone. I think we should just like set up a camera in there and have it running at all times. Those two are often together as well, Obama and Jeannie. I love that he legit was like, whoa, a tree. Hey, another tree, and then yawned. This was something that we did with Nancy where we kind of did a fake drive. I think this was during the pandemic, so we couldn't really go anywhere, and he couldn't really go anywhere, but he loved his car ride, so we kind of faked it for him, and it's just one of the things that we did with him. This will always be one of my favorite Nancy videos. I can't help but smile and laugh. Me too. Just all those little moments we had with him, how like engaged he was with.
Yeah, he was a big character.
Yeah. The life he got to live was so unique, and the things that he got to do were things that I don't think any other chickens ever experienced. So it was wonderful to be a part of that while he was here with us. Nancy lives on forever in our hearts. Thank you, volunteers, especially all the extra touch you're giving Pouty right now. So true. Volunteers are amazing.
Yeah, we couldn't make this place run the same
Absolutely
way without
not.
them.
That's not even an exaggeration.
Yeah, they
It's
bring
just
so much to both to make our lives easier, but like to enrich the residents' lives.
So true.
It's something else. So can't thank them enough.
No, I can say that every episode, and it doesn't feel like enough. Hi, Laura Jean. Thanks for tuning in. We have Pouty here. I know we could do it, lovers, if you believe in their mission, and so do I. Thank you to everyone who's donated. It's just so wonderful to just read those comments of everybody who's just so passionate about what we do and believes in what we do.
Yeah, it's really nice to see, especially when we're dealing with harder times like this, and we're trying to do the best we can for the residents. It's really nice to see everyone kind of supporting us in that.
It's been absolutely incredible. We're gonna finish this episode with photos of the week. We have a few of them. Jean Bean.
Perfect.
Just
no
that's
notes.
her hay. No notes. She's kind of like blending in, and then she does that. She sits with the hay in her mouth sometimes. She does chew it. Her teeth are fine, like they were just looked at, but she just likes doing a little just chilling. She's really good at chilling. Raymond's back. Oh, I went to okay. You took this one.
I did. I think that was yesterday.
I saw you taking it. I was like, Chris is taking photos.
I was taking pictures. I had a whole video of him stomping on his hay.
Chris is very good at taking lots of photos and videos for the residents, so a lot of them you see here on social media. Ray is back to finish up the show. Photo of the week is right here. One of those live photos. What do we call it? April. You can really see her face there. She's often covered by her ears and wrinkly face. Super cute. I love this one.
Oh, that's amazing.
Holly in the front, just what?
Perfection.
So curious. Look at all those combs. These girls look very healthy.
Yeah, that's Sage behind her.
I think Ginger right in the back.
Ginger's usually involved. So.
Yeah, and she's up there. It's super cute. When they have outside access underneath the greenhouse right now, so they got some time out in the grass. I don't know why. I don't know who took this, but it's Ray. But I'm obsessed with this photo. There's something about the way they do lay like this often, but I don't know. This looks different.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. I mean, that would have been when he was still
out.
Solo. Mm-hmm. I think that would have been when we had him in his little
right here.
special stall. Yeah, I don't know. He's perfect.
Just chilling.
Love him.
Look at him. He doesn't have a care in the world. It's great. It's nice to be around because there's could be so much things happening and run around and get kind of stressed out. And then you look at Ray and you're like, oh my gosh, he doesn't have a care in the world. Teeth.
Oh, amazing. She's perfect.
She has pretty iconic teeth.
Yeah, they're very prominent. You definitely see them every time you give her meds.
Yes, true. She opens up wide for her meds. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. We are just wrapping up our program. Again, it's a No Match Monday for the first time ever. Today we're honoring Sir Denver by raising $2,600, $1 for every pound of this gentle giant. All funds go to Project Pouty, helping his best friend heal. So if you wanted to be a part of that, head over to our website. You'll be the first to see him meet his new friends. It's going to be an absolutely amazing day, and we're excited to share that with you.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that. So
looking forward to it.
Thanks to everyone who's already donated. I think we're doing very well.
Yeah, we don't have an update right now. Effort. Not yet. But we will. We'll keep you posted. Thank you again. My name's Andrea.
Chris.
We will see you again next time. Bye. Bye.